Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what am I working so hard for? For years, I did what so many people have done or was taught to be, taught to do. I worked, I showed up. Boy, did I show up. I gave my best. I sacrificed my weekends, my holidays, and my precious time with the people I love because I believe hard work will always be rewarded. It's not always the case though. But life has a way of slowing you down. Man. After getting hurt at work, I saw something I never expected. The place where I had invested so much of myself, it just kept moving forward without me. It wasn't personal. It was business. And that realization hurt more than my injury itself. It made me ask myself a difficult question. Was I living or was I simply surviving? I had a time to think. And one of the hardest lessons I learned was this. No matter how dedicated you are, many workplaces have to keep moving positions. And they get the positions filled, right? Doesn't mean that you're not a hard worker. It didn't mean that you didn't matter. But it reminded me that our value is so much bigger than our job. We spend years racing through life, telling ourselves we'll travel later, rest later, laugh later, spend time with family and people that we love later. But later isn't promised. And the cost of living, it just keeps rising. Retirement feels uncertain. But I want to take time out for myself. I want to enjoy life too, Some people wonder about Social Security and will it even be enough? What I do notice, I have I have a great uncle and a great aunt. They're still here. They're like almost 90 years old. They are still surviving off the income that they retired with when they were 65. That's like impossible. I can't imagine me retiring at 65, living into my 90s, but still living off the income that I had 30 years prior. Just think about that. But we also have one life. Don't wait until your body forces you to slow down before you realize you've forgotten how to live. So take a trip. Call the people you love. Watch the sunset. Laugh until your stomach hurts. Make memories that no paycheck can replace. Your job, it may replace your position. Your family can never replace you. So today, I want you to ask, when was the last time you truly lived? Not for your employer, not for your bills, but for yourself. Life is too precious to spend every moment running a race without ever looking back. Work hard, be responsible, but don't forget to live. Because one day we won't wish we worked one more shift. We'll wish we made one more memory. Meanwhile, the cost of living keeps climbing. Groceries cost more. Housing costs more. Gas costs more. Many people are wondering what retirement's going to look like. I know I am. I really do want to enjoy life more. I'm seeing so many people travel and see the world, and I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I could be a part of that world too. I don't know. It's a lot I'm dealing with right now. Just thinking about life and thinking about me working 2 or 3 jobs over the last 20 years. My father used to say, 2 jobs are for 2 people. But I never listened. And honestly, I regret working two jobs and working so hard because I missed out on a lot with my two daughters. About 2 weeks ago, I was in Columbus, Ohio. I had a speaking engagement there, and my mother had went with me, and I remember purchasing, us something to eat. It was like breakfast time. It was time for us to actually travel back to my home. And I remember I got myself a croissant sandwich, and I got my mom a croissant sandwich, and I got one orange juice and a water, and it came up to almost $29. $29. So, I'm taking this all in. I'm just seeing how the pendulum is swinging, how things are changing, and I'm not getting any younger. You know, I'm hurt now. I'm hoping that I get better soon. And see, that's another thing is that I feel that the system designs you to make you have to work if you're hurt. And it's like, well, how productive can I be if I'm hurt, right? It's so strange. You get hurt, then they tell you, the first thing they tell you, or at least in my situation, what we're not going to pay for. We can't pay for your days off. You have to get that with BBC. Okay, so then you go to BBC, and then BBC tell you, well, it has to be over a certain amount of days for you to get the income. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to make my way through this. And that's why I started this channel. We're going to get through this together. We are. I believe that. I'm Kay, and this is Real Feelings with Kay. And if this message touched your heart, I love to hear your thoughts. Leave a message below and tell me, have you ever felt like work was still in your life? Let's remind each other that making a living should never keep us from making history with one another, making memories with one another, making a life, We should continue thriving. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hit that like button. Until next time, take care of each other. Bye for now.